to be committed to making the difference in the lives of others if you don't feel good about yourself, if you don't feel great about who you are and what you're doing, if you're not walking with confidence and pride. So the next guest that I want to introduce you to is not only going to help you feel good when you're videotaping your presentations and you're upping your video marketing, but the next guest is going to help you just recognize some of the things that can affect your business from an image perspective. So now please welcome to the stage the fabulous Roni Turner with Body by Roni. Thank you so much for being patient, for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Tell everybody a little bit about who you are and a little bit about what you do.
Okay, well, my name is Roni Turner. I own Body by Roni Fitness and Day Spa. We're located in Sanford, Florida. We have a health club that has an open membership. We also have personal training. We offer wellness services as well. We have a far infrared sauna. We have wellness amenities. We have foot detox bath. We have we also have ionic foot detox bath. We have an esthetician upstairs. We have massage therapy. So we're health and wellness. So we're not just a health club, but we're committed to helping people in the community get happy and healthy. So by either personal training or open memberships, either way.
Okay, well, let's talk about how important that is, because I know, you know, I have an audacious goal myself of something that I'm consistently working on right now. But I do know that if you don't feel good about who you are, if you can't stand up with pride, it's going to be difficult for you to want to market your business. You're not going to be the first person to pick up your phone and do a videotape because you don't feel comfortable on video. You know, you're not going to put your photograph on your website or in your marketing materials because you don't feel confident with your brand. So what is the most important, if there's somebody watching right now that is not feeling confident, what would you say to them?
Well, what I would say is take time to analyze your goals and think of what it is that you're looking to do. And I would suggest hiring probably a professional to help you at least get started, but have a mindset that's something that you can actually obtain. Don't make your goals so unreachable, because if you do that, sometimes it's very difficult to think that if I didn't make it to this goal, I can't continue on to the next one. So I would say set goals that are realistic and make sure that you do things that you like and enjoy as far as working out. So whether it's yoga, whether it's bicycling outside, if it is working out in the gym, do something that's going to be something that you can stay consistent with and continue to do. And once you are able to stay consistent and start to see changes, you're going to develop that confidence, and you're going to feel happy about having, or feel confident about seeing that pretty face of yours on a business card or on a video. And you'll be able to also facilitate better relationships, whether it's personal relationships, friendships, working relationships, just being better, feeling better about yourself, and being able to handle your business in a much more confident manner.
I think that's so important, and I know that, like, with myself personally, I am watching my children almost make me accountable because they hold it. Like, if I cheat, it's like, is it your cheat day? Are you allowed to eat that? You know, I think it's important to get your kids involved, but to also educate them, because now they're making conscious decisions on what they're doing. And like you said, if you don't like going to the gym, there are other things that you can do and still be active. If it's such a chore, find things that you can do. Like, one of the things that my kids love the most is not me taking them bowling and spending $100 or taking them to the movies and spending $100. It's going for a bike ride on the trail. You know, that's one of the things that they enjoy the most. So how can we do different things like that, and how can you find what you love and still fulfill and stay healthy, you know, still stay fit?
Absolutely.
How do you educate people? What are some of the things that we need to be educated on to make good decisions?
I think the biggest thing for education-wise is the nutrition. Nutrition is so huge, and it's unfortunately the advertising out there and the marketing is a lot of hype. And if you read one magazine, it's going to tell you one thing. You read another magazine, it's going to tell you one thing. So either find a plan or find a trainer or a yoga instructor, someone that you trust, someone you can believe in, someone who's shown and proven that they can get the job done. And do things, like you said, incorporate things that you enjoy with your family. Your children like to go bicycle riding. If your partner is on board, that's even better. I have a lot of couples who, you know, the husband may sabotage the wife may sabotage the husband. If you guys are on board together, go rollerblading together, go bowling together. You know, stay active, read your food labels, you know, educate yourself so that you can go out and make those conscious decisions that are going to be able to help you get to reach your goals.
And wouldn't you agree that it's important not just to get the weight off, like in a fast, like we've had guests on the show that they have physician supervised medications that make you not hungry, and you're on like a 500-calorie meal plan for the day, right. Like, and you lose a lot of weight, right. But then if you don't get into maintenance, and if you don't know how to, if you're not changing your life, exactly. it's not going to stay off. So it's not just about dieting, it's about making life changes. And is it okay to be realistic? Like, if I don't want to be a vegetarian, is it okay to figure out a way to make it work and not do that? Do we have to give up everything?
No, great question. That's a great question. And I think everybody has their own path. I think certain things will work for certain people. I think maybe juicing might not be a good idea for me, but it might be for you. I think vegetarian may be an idea for someone else, but not for me. So everyone's a little bit different, but it's really about being able to make sure that you get the correct amount of calories, fat, carbs, and protein. So you can get those from all different sources. So you just want to make sure you're going to do something that, again, is going to be a constant lifestyle change for you. If you go into a 500 calorie or an 800 calorie deficit, yes, you're going to lose weight, but can you realistically keep that up for the rest of your life? And who would want to?
Right.
I mean, who would not want to enjoy their pizza or their veggie burger or their real burger? So we want to be able to make sure that we have a consistent change that we can continue to make without feeling like we're sacrificing all the time, because life is too short and we want to be able to enjoy the finer things in life. It's just kind of everything in moderation, in my opinion.
Okay, I think that's great. So we're allowed to have carbs every now and then.
Absolutely.
Yes,
I love
this woman. I love her. Now, tell me a little bit about, as far as like making choices. Like, you mentioned something about having, a low calorie count, because I have been watching calories, but I know that we went to a restaurant just recently, and I was shocked that it said that the macaroni and cheese was better than the spaghetti in calorie count. And it's like, okay, well, the spaghetti has meatballs. That's a protein. Like, why would that be better from a calorie perspective? What do we have to take into consideration as far as fat is concerned?
Well, fat is, there's a good ratio to come in fat. So there can be healthy things that you can order, such as salads, but if they're laden with a heavy dressing, they've got eggs on top, they've got bacon on top, they've got cheese on top, sometimes it's a little bit more important to look at the fat grams and make sure that you have a consistent or a lower amount of that. So in my opinion, a higher protein, lower carb, not no carb, lower carb, low fat is the best ratio. And again, being able to find, there's ways to be able to prepare foods if they're done correctly so you can still enjoy them.
Okay, now it's overwhelming. Like, it is so overwhelming. Like, how do I know if I go to a restaurant, because I do eat out a lot. I mean, I go to events constantly. If I go to a restaurant, I'm like, okay, I don't know if that's good, if that's bad. Should I consider it? Should I not consider it? How do you keep track of all of that?
That's a great question, and it's very easy now with the technology, as we just saw earlier. There are apps that you can get on your smartphones for free. This is like the best hint ever. The free apps, there's numerous ones. You can look them up on the App Store, on your iPad. They have everything and anything that you would never want to eat. So if you know you're looking to have a low-fat meal and you see that this one particular entree has 45 grams of fat and you're thinking you need 40 for the day, that's obviously not going to be a smart idea for you. So you can pick and choose and maybe watch your portion size and still be able to enjoy some of those things. But the apps are amazing. And you can, or online, you can go to numerous websites online as well.
Okay, and you're part of the WOAMTEC group page, so you can reach out to Roni Turner, Body by Roni, on the WOAMTEC group page. Just send her a tagger, send her a little Facebook post saying, give me an app suggestion. What's your favorite app? And let's communicate that way too, so they can get to know you. Now, you mentioned, I know wellness is very important, but you mentioned a detox. Now, how important is it for somebody to go through a detox program?
Okay. Well, unfortunately, as healthy as we all try to be in life, we try to eat healthy and we try to do the right things and we try to work out, we try to do our cardio, we try to do our resistance training, we're still inundated with toxins every single day. So the air that we breathe, the plastics, the furniture that we're sitting on. So there are so many toxins that are actually attacking us that they're going to make the cells unhealthy. In an unhealthy cell is a mutated cell, and that's where the disease comes in. So we want to make sure that we keep those cells healthy. So there's lots of ways of doing that by detoxifying, whether it be with a diet. You can eat a healthy detoxifying diet, whether it be with a whole body vibration machine, which breaks down the toxins and helps drain the lymphatic system, whether it be a far infrared sauna, which is a major detoxifier. You can burn between 500 to 700 calories in a 30-minute session. So there's lots of ways of doing that. So I suggest that you do that, and again, keep that at a maintenance level. If you want to push it up and get yourself started for a couple days, you can do that. But as long as you maintain and keep that diet and those extra amenities in there so you can continue to detox, because the toxins unfortunately do build up.
Okay, let's back that up. Because a lot of those words you used, I have no idea what you're talking about. And if I have no idea what you're talking about, there's a chance that they have no idea what you're talking about. So eating healthy or going through a detox. I can get you stop drinking, you stop smoking if you're smoking. You try and clean yourself up that way.
Right.
How else do you detox with food?
Well, you can pick some high end. You can do a lot of vegetables. You can do not a lot of fruits because there's a lot of sugar in them. If you're going to be doing some juicing, I suggest making sure that there's protein involved in that. A lot of times the carbs rise up. If we're putting 2-3 carrots in a juicer and we're not putting anything to supplement our protein that we're going to be lacking, that's very detrimental.
Okay.
So that's one way of doing it. And then of course the services as well. But just eating clean for a couple, for 2 or 3 days if you wanted to do that as far as the juicing goes, and just implementing things, try and stay away from carcinogens, that kind of thing. So there's different ways of preparing foods that make them healthier than not as well.
Okay, and now you mentioned this machine that you can get on. Tell me,
whole body vibration.
Yeah, tell me about that machine, and if somebody wanted to find a local gym or spa or someplace near them, what would they look for, and what do you do?
Well, the whole body vibration machine is actually an oscillating plate that you stand on. It was actually designed by the Russian astronauts many, many years ago when they went up to space and they were going to be there for weeks and however long they were up there at a time. They had to make sure that their muscles did not atrophy. Okay, so they designed this oscillating plate so they could hang on to it. What it does is it vibrates the muscles, contracts and releases the muscles up to 50 times per second.
Wow.
So they could stand on it, they could hang on to it, they could do exercises with it. Now they are obviously much upgraded, so you can stand on them now. Then they've got handles that you can do exercises, and there's pamphlets that come with them. So that is a major detoxifier. It works on draining the lymphatic system. It helps people who have diabetes, circulation issues. So there's a laundry list of things that it can help you do. As far as finding them, you can Google whole body vibration machine. We have one obviously at our health club, but it has to be at a convenient location for you. So I would just Google whole body vibration. I don't think the brand is really that. I think as long as you find one, there's some in the mall, there's some, so that kind of thing. You can just do something that's convenient for you, because if you'd rather buy one and take it home and you're going to use it, it's better than paying a gym and not using it. That
makes sense. Now, what about the foot detox? Like, what does that do? And I've heard about it. I've heard that your water actually gets dirty and stuff like that. How does that work, and is it true?
Yeah, absolutely. That's actually my favorite amenity that we have. You sit in a comfortable chair with a basin, and we hook you up to equipment. And what we are actually looking for is your body needs to become a perfect electrical charge for the pores in the feet to open up. When the pores in the feet open up, that's when the toxins come out. So our feet are very densely populated with the pores. So once that happens, whatever the color that's coming out, there's an actual chart that's showing you what's being detoxified. So if it's an orange, it's more of a joint issue, which is usually an issue with me. If it's a green-brown, it could be a liver. There's different organs that it's cleansing. So, and there's a certain amount of days that you can do that, because it does pull out some of the good vitamins and nutrients as well.
Okay, interesting. Well, thank you so much. Now, is there one last tip that you would like to leave our audience with as far as how to maintain, not just to lose weight, not just to look great, but to be healthy,
right,
and to make today the day that you decide that you're gonna, get through the holidays and end the year strong?
Right. Well, what I would say is incorporate 3 things. Make sure that you're doing some sort of resistance training. Make sure that you're doing some sort of cardiovascular, and just make sure that your nutrition is on key, because 80% of how we look and feel is attributed to our food intake. So whether it's educating yourself, books, finding a trainer, finding a yoga instructor, something that you can continue to maintain as a normal lifestyle, that you can feel that you're not lacking, and being able to go, okay, I can get through Christmas, I can get through New Year's, and then, then I can splurge on my birthday, or whatever your little goals are.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so very much for being here.